Chapter 2 Episode 26, A Meeting with Subordinates. Day 12. Before noon, a carriage slowly proceeded through Jimmel. It was occupied by Glycilla, Pyro, and Serge of the Merchants Guild. There was also Taylor of the Tamers Guild and two of Serge's subordinates, a twin boy and girl who were to be Ryoma's assistants. Now, I believe we're just about there. Yes, past the corner a couple streets ahead. Tension and anxiety hid in the two nearly identical faces. After what Serge said, they looked out the window. It all began a few days prior. They were working at a branch store in a town called Luium when they received instructions from the main store to pass their work to someone else and come to Jimmel. It was signed by Serge, the president of the company. After that day, their promotion to the main store was celebrated, and they passed down their work as instructed and came to Jimmel this morning. The weather delayed their arrival by a day, and when they got to the main store, they were told that they weren't to work there. Instead, they were to temporarily work for an 11-year-old boy with connections to the Duke's family. Following that, they hastily headed to the store's opening party by changing into travel clothes and getting on the carriage. They were, of course, worried about this failure of management, as well as what exactly this boy who they presumed to be the son of an aristocrat had to do with anything. They were also prepared for the possibility that this job may determine their future. I see it. Here we are. Ho-ha, looks like that kid did all right. This is one lovely store. It only took a week or so to build this. Sister, look at this. Yes. The store was a simple building with white walls and a few windows, but it was surrounded by a well-maintained lawn and flower bed to give it a tidy appearance. The carriage's passengers got off and entered the store, where there were shelves that reached close to the ceiling, upon which there were 4 divine statues that drew attention. The rest of the store gave off a soft, wooden feel, and there were glossy L-shaped counters. They were surprised by how complete the building turned out to be. Carm and Carla had an ounce of hope in the future of the bright building. Welcome to your local laundromat, Bamboo Forest. The boy who was to be the twins' boss, and the greatest source of their anxiety, appeared. They gave him a close, judging look. Ryoma, thanks for inviting me here today. I'm so glad you even thought to include me. Nice store you have here. It's got a bright future ahead. Congratulations on your grand opening. Thanks, everyone. Ryoma greeted the guests with a smile. He looked like a meek, ordinary boy not fit to be a merchant. The twins thought his behavior matched his appearance, for better or worse. It would be nothing strange from an average child in the neighborhood, but for someone meant to be their boss, it raised fears for the difficulties soon to come. The world of business could be cruel. The twins were young. But they had worked for the company long enough to know the reality. Thank you for coming too, Mr. Smith. Congrats. I didn't think we've spoken since you registered, but then. Rainbach told me about you. The boy cheerfully spoke to the leaders of 2 guilds and the heads of 2 companies. The twins saw this and looked at each other and knew what one another was thinking. This boy must have been the son of some aristocrat. Serge, who are they? Oh, I forgot to introduce you. They will be your assistants. I'm Carla Norad. My brother and I worked at the Morgan Trading Company's Luium branch until recently. I'm Carm Norad. We're pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I'm Ryoma Takebayashi. These two may be young, but they served as the vice managers of the Luium branch. They've worked for the Morgan Trading Company for a long time, and you can trust them to do good work. I'm sure they'll be of great help to you. But is something the matter? Both the twins asked in unison. Ryoma panicked and explained. You just sound like greater talent than I was expecting to get. There's no problem from a business perspective. It'll help to have some skilled employees on hand, but the job I was planning to give you isn't that hard, so I don't know if you'll get to use your abilities to their fullest extent. That's not to say that I don't need you, though. Using such talent for nothing but carrying laundry and sitting at the reception desk might have been wasteful, but the already nervous twins reacted to Ryoma's explanation gravely. Serge sensed that something was off about their behavior. You two got a little too worked up, don't you think? Ryoma. We're here. Just when Serge tried to calm the twins, 11 more men and women flooded through the entrance. They were from the Adventurers Guild. Welcome to Bamboo Forest, your local laundromat. Come to this empty counter here, please. Hey, how's it Ek? Why's the hag here? Who are you calling a hag? I may be old, but I'm no hag. I swear, you've been the head of the Adventurers Guild for a long time now, but you still have a rotten mouth, Worgen. It's always been the same with you. Do you have to drag up the past every time you see me? Yeesh, how long do you think you can keep leading your guild, you stubborn old lady? Why are you here, anyway? I was invited, obviously. Well, whatever. Ryoma, how am I supposed to ask for your services here? One moment, please. Oh right, Carla, let me explain the work process for you. Come inside. The rest of you can come with too. Ryoma said, opened part of the counter, and ushered the 6 of them inside. First, the customer needs to buy one of our exclusive bags. They cost 20 soot each. They can use the same bag every time they come to our store, so there's no need to make them buy another one each time. Alright, then I'll take a bag. I just need to stuff my laundry in here, yeah. Yes, and as thanks for going along with our employee training today, we'll wash your clothes for free. You can also have the bag as a bonus, so bring it with you next time you come. Thanks a bunch. So, Carm and Carla, it's your turn. After the customer pays you, you take these tablets with the corresponding prices and put them on these sticks on the right side of the counter, Ryoma explained, reached under the counter, and pulled out some thin, different colored tablets with holes in them. At the same time, he pointed to the edge of the counter where there were sticks the perfect size for the tablets mounted in a stand. What's that? A tool I came up with for calculating revenue. The bags we sell come in 3 sizes, one that costs a medium bronze coin, one that costs a medium bronze coin and 8 small bronze coins, and one that costs 4 medium bronze coins. When you accept a medium bronze coin for a small bag, take a black tablet and put it on the stick on the black part of the stand. There's space there for 100 tablets. Once you reach 100, use a pen to write a tally on the paper under the stand, then return all the tablets to the shelf under the counter. Do this repeatedly throughout the day, and after the store closes, check the results to calculate our sales. For example, if records show that we filled up the black tablet space 3 times, and there are 42 left on the stick, that means we received 342 medium bronze coins for small bags, coming out to 3,420 soot. We charge for 3 different laundry options, 3 different bags, and a special armor and equipment cleaning service for adventurers, making 7 types of purchases in all. Check the results for each at the end of the day, and if you add it all up, I think it should make your daily revenue calculations easier. I also think it'll be nice to know how well everything sells individually, and how much demand there is for specific bag sizes. It'll take some testing to figure it out. With that, Ryoma went off to greet Worgen. Meanwhile, the group from the Merchants Guild were left to stare at this tool. Ryoma simply remembered how conveyor belt sushi restaurants in his past life calculated prices by the color of each plate the customer took, but in this world that didn't even have cash registers, it drew a lot of attention. The literacy rate in this world was far lower than that of Japan, and a fair number of people even had trouble with basic arithmetic. It was especially glaring in small villages, but this tool only demanded charging the proper fee and following a set procedure to work as intended. If the time and place called for it, this would allow them to hire employees who couldn't do math. They could also use different measurements to apply a similar system to their own businesses. The 5 merchants realized the tool's potential, but Ryoma failed to notice their sharp stares as he continued to greet the customers. After they pay, take their bag of laundry, take one of these signs under the counter, and tie it to the string used to close the bag. Give the corresponding sign to the customer, and when it's time to give their laundry back, check the signs to see which bag is theirs, Ryoma explained, then walked up to a hole in the wall that looked like a garbage chute and tossed a bag in. The room back there has a cleaner slime. Oh, I should talk about cleaner slimes. They eat filth. Mr. Morgan told me. Thank you, Carla. Then do either of you have any questions? Regarding this new type of slime, will it actually clean the clothes? Carm asked right away. His sister was about to ask, but shut her mouth. Maybe it's hard to believe until you see it. Would anyone mind if I opened up their bag to demonstrate? You can use mine, Jeff offered and tossed his bag over. Ryoma thanked him and showed the twins the bloodstains inside, then tied up the bag and put it in the hole. As soon as you throw something in here, orders are sent out to clean it and carry it to the next room, so it'll be cleaned automatically. Clean laundry will be left in a designated spot. Then you pick it up, check whose laundry it is, and return it to the customer. That's the gist of the job. To reduce the risk of lost clothes and allow employees to focus on serving customers, the job was limited in scope. Employees never had to open the bags and fold the clothes. After a few seconds of explanation, Ryoma entered the other room and collected the washed clothes. He again opened the bag and demonstrated that the blood stains were gone without a trace. Can it actually clean any kind of filth? It's worked on everything so far, but if you could check before you return their clothes, I think that would be for the best. If it's still dirty, have it washed again. Wouldn't dyed clothes lose their color? I tested it on a cloth that used a plant-based dye, but the color remained. Maybe it depends on how fresh the dye is, I don't know. Warning the customer about that possibility before you take their clothes would be the safest option. Is there anything you don't understand about the process? Not that I can think of right now, both twins said. I see. Tell me if anything happens, then. Why don't you split up and go serve the customers? Ryoma suggested, prompting Carm and Carla to come to the counter as well. The 3 of them accepted the clothes from the 9 remaining customers. Ryoma watched the twins out of the corner of his eye, relieved to find that they worked diligently. As long as they could do their job, that was enough. Ryoma and the twins took one steady step toward being co-workers. The twins' misunderstandings remained intact.